Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Heroes of Might and Magic 3 Horn of the Abyss, the Forged in Fire campaign. When we last left off, we were up against Zog. It's time to defeat this villain. We however have a problem, in that he possesses the Iron Fist of the Ogre, a powerful artifact that grants all of his units mass haste. It's going to make this fight a little bit more tricky than it ought to be, but we shall see. We've had 2 attempts so far, but I wonder if this fight... Like, on paper this fight should be doable. It's just... is it doable? Like, do I have to just come back in a month's time with, like, a lot more units? That's the question. But let's see what we can do. So, I did like the haste to give our Grenadiers a chance to attack before the haste goes off. So we will do that. And I think it's important that we use that to attack the automatons. Sorry, the chieftains. We just can't afford to let them live. So now is the turn of the haste, the bloodlust, the fire shield, and the counter-strike, and then the frenzy on the wolf raiders. So this will just go in there and murder the goblins. This Alpha Strike is quite terrifying in many ways. So... let's see what we can do. I'd like to get a nice hit in here. And then we'll do a nice hit with the Flamer Girls. I suppose it's going to still hit anyway because of Counter-Strike, that's the problem. I keep forgetting about Counter-Strike. But still was a nice solid breath attack. We should do it again, purely because it is so valuable. Okay. And then the boars come in there and just murder some more engineers. We're not going to get a big res, that much is clear. So, I think it is time for the teleport. And instead of teleporting next to the ammo cart, we'll teleport somewhere where the enemy cannot actually reach. At least as good as we can. The ammo cart would be ideal, but... Frenzy on the Ogre Major. Yeah, these guys come over, then they'll probably just clobber them to death instantly. Yeah. I can't let this happen. As soon as the Grenadiers get hit, it's just all over. Okay. Like, we're doing a decent effort, but... like, maybe there's an alternative approach, which is to pile into the top left corner and have a different unit down here to act as bait for the raiders. Something like this. I think that makes sense. Now she'll wait. Here comes the spell casting. goes for the automatons. Which we can just immediately revive, so I suppose that's not terrible. Actually, this formation seems to be doing much better. Oh, that morale though, that sucks. Losing half our engineers immediately, it's like, oof. That revive is nowhere near as strong as it was going to be. But we'll bring him back. So what does Frenzy on them? This does. Yeah. So let's get a hit in. Defend. We certainly murdered a lot of wolf raiders. Goblins killing goblins. Whatever next. That morale sucks. Time for the teleport. But this teleport could be a little bit more meaningful perhaps, because it's like all the enemies are actually on the other side of the map, so I can actually have a free turn to shoot. So, yeah. So what's the most dangerous? We've got 3 enemy stacks remaining. Let's start with the I guess the Ogre Major. I suppose the Boars. I'll do the Ogre Major. Took a nice chunk out of them. Well, at this point we might as well just detonate on death. And attack here. There we go. Killed a few things. 9 creatures perish. Not much, but something. But now that's probably just best just to pile into the corner. Poof. Yeah, just stay alive, basically. Every turn you stay there, it's another turn that I get to swing a grenade into someone's face. A lightning bolt? That's not allowed. How long's my haste gonna last? Oh, a decent amount yet. I guess precision. Well, we can kill off 1 stack now. We should do so. Just reduces the number of things that can morale each turn. The lightning bolts, though. Am I gonna have to equip the lightning bolt necklace? I don't have Dispel either. This is a tricky fight. No morale? Nope. I'm getting there. Like, you know, this is tricky stuff. But alright, I guess what I can do is reload the battle save. Do we want to adjust our options here? Do we have expert leadership ourselves? I think that the 3 ranged augments are good. The question is what to put here. I could try to reduce the enemy's luck. Reducing his spell power doesn't seem to do much. I guess I can remove his chance to morale. And yeah, swap this out for the Pendant of Negativity. See if that makes a difference. Okay. I think the top left was a good call though. I suppose we were hit by that bad morale at the start, weren't we? That's a thought. We can still haste up our Grenadiers, which we ought to do. Murder the chieftains. So we can then res all those back in one go. Yeah. It's probably best to have the Spirit of Oppression now that I think about it. It's like... Right, bring those back to negate that attack. Let's body block for the goblins so the ogres can't kill them. This, I think, is making sense. We should get another move of our automatons because they're brought back from the dead. That being said, I think they should stay where they are to block the major. It's going to be a nasty hit from the major. Now we can begin the teleport shenanigans. I will not pass up the hit on the frenzy though. So stack's weak enough, it should just be in I want to stay alive mode. But the goblins can do some work. Yeah. We've got 71 engineers here. Again, it's almost enough to not bother actually attacking anything. But I shouldn't pass up a chance to hit these Ogre Magi. I will take advantage of the frenzy. Okay, let's defend of the orcs. The engineers live for another attack. And the halflings are actually still safe, which is lovely. Let's continue to attack. So the Ojo Magi are down. So it's now just the orcs and the boars and the regular ogres, which are of interest. Let's cast Mass Shields to preserve our units for longer and work on the boar stack. So, enemy ogres here. Can I get enough damage on them that it's worth doing a swing? I think not. I think it's just actually just... Let's just keep everyone defending, except kill off these Ogre Magi, of course. Protection from Earth. That's better than a lightning bolt. The pendant of negativity doing good work. Now the boars are dead. I am quite happy to activate detonation on death now and charge in against the ogres here. Boom! Killing 4 more ogres. But that's as much fanciness for now, because we need to keep these ogres interested enough in wailing against all these creatures while we blow them up with grenades. Everyone please keep defending. And there we have it. A glorious victory. How glorious was it? That teleport was clutch, but it had to be... Everyone had to be piled onto the top left. Nonetheless though, thank you for enduring this battle with me. We now have the Iron Fist of the Ogre. Oh yes. Congratulations, you have completed your quest to defeat the enemy hero Zog. Victory is yours. Oh yes it is. So let us end, I guess. Mission to end, that'll do. There came the first joys and sorrows of the new world. The first successes and losses followed, with new foes and new friends. Life had a bitter taste of blood, but with an exciting hint of victory. Jadam accepted our sacrifices, granting us what we never wanted, but accepted in order to survive. Only a few of us have mastered the warrior's trade thus far, but everyone became a hero. A select handful learnt how to lead, yet anyone is ready to rise up upon hearing a call. The new wounds may bleed sometimes, but if you feel it, that means you're still alive. That club might be a bit big for Henrietta, but she's happy to have it, so nice. I like the armadillo sitting over here. And the whooping halfling. Dead or alive, you must defeat the army of the audacious pirate Darjum, who has challenged the inhabitants of the wastelands. The loss of Burton will lead you to defeat. Your heroes are limited to level 18, but that will bring the components of the Wizard's Well and the Ring of the Magi to the next scenario. A sudden new threat befell Burton, the raids by Darjum-led pirates. The Regnans are not to be trifled with, and help will be needed to solve this problem. It's interesting that Darjum comes back, because he actually had a major role in the Horn of the Abyss campaign. So we got a choice between 15 ore, the Badge of Courage, or 2 gunslingers. I imagine the gunslingers will be useful, but we'll have to see. It's our first time seeing them. Let's have a go. I was remembering home again, those peaceful, dreamy times when even rare fisticuffs at village feasts always ended in sharing a chalice of peace. Here we are yet to find even a morsel of common ground of the ogres or goblins. They have been causing us less trouble lately, though. Lately, the Regnan pirates have begun showing up in our lands. The rumours that there's now something to be had in Burton have spread far, it seems. Also, our watchers have spotted walking dead near the town walls. A mere coincidence? Or the undead now want something from us, too? It's funny, actually. This is a nice cutscene. But it's a little bit dated, like it's quite a Wild West looking settlement, and, you know, factories are now actually rather steampunk, right? So, interesting. Like many such places founded by desperate people willing to do anything to turn their lives around, Burton had its darker moments. One was trade with pirates, not brigands, but outcasts shunned by even this lawless empire. They were sold ship fittings, gun barrels, cannonballs, and other supplies for their unsavoury trade. The payment was made in certain rare substances, their origins never inquired about. That lasted for a short time and was only done out of desperation, but there's no getting away from that piece of history. As soon as things got better and legal sources for discovering provisions and other necessities sprang up, the dealings of pirates came to naught. Jargon wasn't nearly strong enough a word to describe the Sea Rovers' reaction to this development. They absolutely blew their tops.
Maybe we're keen on becoming honest traders too, but nay, gorblimey, turns out our mugs aren't nice enough for that.
One bag's ringleader, a particularly disagreeable character named Darjan, was seething.
Alrighty, just you wait, he growled. Time to show these landlubbers what disrespecting business partners carries a price.
Darjan was as good as his word. Several pirate bands had conspired to cut off all of Burton's trade routes and begin to plunder the supply wagons. The situation was becoming critical. An emergency town meeting was called to find a way out. There I heard many stories from the townsfolk about the atrocities committed by Darjan and his cronies. Some were positively chilling, despite the scorching Jadanium sun. There was a tale, however, that really piqued my interest. One about a certain Boyd, whom Darjan had allegedly put to an extremely cruel end, even by pirate standards. There are several versions, but they all agreed that a young fellow named Boyd, an adventurer and maverick, had once joined the crew of a brig that flew the Jolly Roger, yearning for new thrills to add to his collection. A natural at telling hilarious stories and selling lewd songs, he quickly became the life and soul of the crew, except the brig's captain, Darjan, didn't like that very much. Himself still quite young for a pirate top dog, he had thus far only mustered one way to keep his crew in line, through fear and threats, that is. He knew air magic, so his threats were not empty. No one wanted to anger him and suddenly die of asphyxiation, or conversely of ruptured lungs. However, he was also capable of making his ship run faster, using magical whirlwinds to inflate the sails, and of blocking arrows and cannonballs with his air shield. Thanks to that, his men rarely were without rich booty, so there was never a shortage of candidates eager to replenish his crew. One of them was Boyd, who had so carelessly impinged upon the cruel captain's authority. Was it plain jealousy or something else? Boyd was doomed. There were many theories as to what eventually caused the conflict, but an old innkeeper who once had the displeasure of having to treat the grim brig's crew to a feast on the house overheard a story. According to it, a hapless pirate was made to dance the hempen jig in the blazing sun, but not before making sure the noose would not suffocate him right away, ensuring that there was a small challenge for a skilled mage, so he hung there, feeding the seagulls, and when the brig called at the Jadam's shores, Jadam traded his bones to some grim-looking Grangel for a hat feather. It was not known what the latter did to them, but since then rumours have spread of travellers encountering the skeleton of an undead pirate shouting Darjan's name in the middle of the night. Some eyewitnesses even added that the skeleton brandished a cutlass. Arcane flames burst out of his eyes, and the earth he rode on moaned and swelled. Fear makes molehills for mountains, I thought, but maybe we should try and seek out this undead avenger. As they say, the enemy of my enemy is not exactly my friend. I'm not keen on having friends of no dead men. Let's say, an ally. And here we are on the next mission, dead and buried, and as you can see, Burton is holding strong. We even got to keep all of our buildings, and we get to build more of them, which is excellent. So, good foresight on their part of like, oh yeah, well we just assume you built everything, even the mana generator, so... But we can now purchase an upgraded manufactory, which is excellent. It really makes the automatons much stronger. We also can build the watchtower, which lets us get those gunslingers that we can check out in a moment. We also have a new bank structure, which lets us get a loan, which decreases our income in time, but overall you don't actually lose money, so it's a nice tempo building. So apart from that initial outlay of the 5 ore and 500 gold, it's just an excellent structure. I'm actually quite pleased with the bank. I thought that was a nice idea. We get to get another mage guild and the castle, so we can even build the capital, which we may do just to solve our problems forever, but We'll see. It's day one, and we can only build 2 additional dwellings, so it's one of those things that we may as well, but we'll see. Let's have a briefest of look-arounds. I realise the video might be getting a bit long. So we got Henrietta here. She's got the pieces of the Charm of Mana, and Frederick's held on to the pieces of the Collar of Conjuring, and he's also got those 2 gunslingers and an automaton. So, interesting. So let's have a brief look here. So we've got some units, so we might as well recruit them. So we'll do that. Excellent. This is all fine. So we've got a pack of pirates here. So it might be a decent opportunity actually. Let's see if we can pull this off. If we just bring the gunslingers alone to this pirate fight. Today you don't have to go far to see a real pirate. Some of them have just become so brazen, they come lurking just outside the walls of Burton, catching lead every now and then, sometimes straight from the town's towers. This bunch, however, seems new here, just figuring out what to grab and run before a heavy bullet comes. Yes, so that's how we won completely fine, but watch this. So we won't apply the battle results, and we'll instead do auto combat so you can watch. As you can see, this guy pulled out a pistol when the pirate attacked. This is because the gunslingers have the ability to retaliate at a ranged attack, and they do so preemptively. Nice 200 gold there. So, once per round, this gunslinger can return fire, but before the other guy even gets a shot off. So that's excellent, and a nice way to cheese some ranged encounters on the map. So these could be quite useful for that. That being said, as a level 6 shooter, they have the lowest health out of a unit you can actually build out of a town of 45. It's like, that's not going to go far. Nonetheless though, thank you all for watching. When we come back, we'll begin to explore the map of Dead or Alive and defend the town of Burton. And I do appreciate that they've managed to, as far as I can tell, keep the area around Burton consistent, so they just expanded the map to the south. I think that's a nice touch. Either way though, I'll see you next time right here at KonfluxGames.